Hey, today I'm going to tell you a story, a true story about me. But before we start, let's review some important words and expressions I'm going to use in the story. Are you ready? Then let's go. So let's learn some words and expressions that you will need to understand my story. The first one is to fall in love. Yeah, when we start loving something, we say to fall in love. Yeah, it's not to get in love, it's fall in love.
My superpower would be to get Matt Cohn to fall in love with me and to propose to me.
She wants to fall in love, but her time has passed.
I remember when I first started to fall in love with you like it was last night.
He discovered that our parents' stories of how they fell in love and got married were calculated lies masking an ugly truth.
So repeat, I fell in love with it. Good. The next one is to figure out. To figure out is a phrasal verb, and it means to discover the solution to a problem. For example, if you're trying to open a package, but you don't understand how it works, you say, I can't figure it out. Let's listen to some examples.
Figure it out, Alexander.
And now we have to figure it out.
So if they're in trouble, they have to figure it out for themselves.
Well, you'll just have to figure it out.
So repeat, I can't figure it out. Perfect. The next one is overwhelming. Overwhelming is to describe a situation that is too much. It is too big or too complicated to deal with. Oh my gosh, this situation is overwhelming. Let's listen to some examples.
So, in the face of overwhelming odds, I'm left with only one option.
The evidence against the Australians is overwhelming.
In response to overwhelming questions and requests by young adults around the world, the Visitors' Supreme Commander, John, has formed the Visitors' Friends.
I don't know, doesn't it all seem a little overwhelming?
Okay, so repeat. The noise was overwhelming. Good. Okay, the next one is an expression, to have no idea. Yeah, this means I don't know, but to give emphasis on I have no clue. I don't know where to start to understand this.
I have no idea what got into you then.
I have no idea what you are talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have no idea how to respond to that.
So repeat, I have no idea. Exactly. Okay, the next one is whisper. Whisper is when we talk like this. Yeah, I am whispering.
Maximus, let us whisper now, together, you and I.
And this servant's only job was to whisper in his ear when people praised him, "You're only a man. You're only a man."
You need to whisper, okay?
Hey, we don't have to whisper anymore.
So repeat, can you please whisper? Excellent. Okay, the next one is to spend time. Yes, we don't say to pass time or to do time. We spend time doing something. For example, I spend a lot of time studying French. Or I spend a lot of time on TikTok. Let's listen to some examples.
Each one of you will spend time every day with a teammate of a different race.
Father expects to spend time with you, Pat.
It's just an excuse for us to spend time with you, Josh.
We don't need to spend time together.
So repeat, I'll spend some time on it later. Perfect. Okay, and the last one is when it comes to. And this is an expression we use to introduce a specific element. For example, when it comes to swimming, Michael Phelps is the best. Or when it comes to grammar, I really struggle a lot.
But you can, and when it comes to that, it's only about... It's just a handful of people in the world who can tell the difference between you and me.
I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what the others promise to do, when it comes to the showdown, they won't be there.
Children can be pretty harsh when it comes to their parents.
Well, the fact remains that when it comes to the female voter, our numbers need to be better.
So repeat, when it comes to. Perfect. Okay, now we are ready to hear the story. Let's go. So this is the story of how I fell in love with languages. It started when I was 14. I was a freshman in high school and I had my first day of class. I was very nervous, as you can imagine, and also a little lost. You're trying to figure out your schedule, the teachers, the buildings. Everything is exciting and a bit overwhelming. So when I entered my Spanish 1 class, the teacher came out and she started talking to us directly in Spanish. Hola, buenos días, clase. Me llamo señorita Acevedo, tal y cual. What is happening here? I got very nervous and I asked the person sitting next to me. I said, excuse me, is this Spanish 1? I don't speak Spanish, do you? And the other person said, no, I have no idea what she's saying. What do we do? Are we in the wrong class? And you could hear all of the other students having the same whispered conversation. And finally, after about 30 seconds, one of the students put up his hand and he said, Por favor, no se habla español. And she said, exactly, that is what I want. You see, with this introduction, she was teaching us an important lesson, that she would only accept Spanish in her class for communication. There was going to be no English. So the first day, she explained these rules to us in English, but after that, she spoke zero English to us. Everything in the class she explained with pictures or with examples or explanations. Of course, it took a lot of patience. If you can imagine a class full of 14 and 15-year-olds trying to learn a new language. But Señorita Azevedo was extremely patient with us. And after 2 or 3 months, we could start to understand Spanish. Okay, very basic, simple Spanish, but we could understand. And at the beginning of every class, she did something very important. And that was, she spent 10 minutes asking us simple questions. How old are you? Where are you from? Are you a boy? Are you a girl? Do you have brothers and sisters? What color is my shirt? Where am I from? Etc. And what happened? At the end of the year, I could have a basic conversation in Spanish. I could say, Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿De dónde eres tú? Yo me llamo Michael. And that summer, my family traveled to Spain. And it was incredible because I could actually talk to people. I was meeting people and having conversations. And what happened the next year in Spanish 2 class? Well, first of all, when the teacher came in, he spoke English. And I thought, whoa, excuse me, what are you doing? I can speak Spanish, you can speak to me in Spanish, thank you very much. And secondly, I and the other 4 or 5 students from Señorita Azevedo's class the previous year had a big advantage over the other students. We could communicate in Spanish, and we had more confidence when it came to listening and communicating in general. And so, of course, I got excellent marks in that class. And the next year, they put me in honors Spanish, advanced Spanish. And the following year, also in advanced Spanish. And the 4th year, I was back with Señorita Azevedo. And again, she helped me improve my Spanish to incredible levels. And because of that experience, I discovered a real passion I have for Spanish and for languages in general. And as a result, I now live in Spain. So I just want to say thank you, Señorita Azevedo, for changing my life. Okay, so now let's review the vocabulary that we learned and we heard in the story. Okay, so when we start to love someone or something, we say to fall in love. Good. Okay, when we have a puzzle or a problem that we can't understand, what do we have to do? We have to figure it out. Good. Okay, when we have a situation or a problem that is too much to handle, what word do we use to describe it? We say it is overwhelming. Good. And another way to say I don't know, I have no idea. Oh man, you're doing really good. Okay, and when we talk like this, we say whisper. Nice job. Okay, two more. What verb do we use with time? Do we pass time? Do we make time? We spend time. Good. And when we want to introduce a specific element, we say when it comes to. When it comes to this. Okay, well, I hope you liked this video, and thank you for letting me help you get better and better. Hey, whoa, too close. Well, thank you for watching my video, and if you liked it, please consider liking and subscribing. Or is it subscribing and liking? I can never remember, but you are clever. You can figure it out. Okay, well, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you here at Chameleon English. Bye-bye.